extent. Let's take a look at that interview.
Returning from the moon is a lot different than deorbiting from low Earth orbit. When we return from the moon, we expect to achieve velocities upwards of 36,000 feet per second. And in order to slow down to a nice, graceful splashdown in the Pacific Ocean, the flight crew is going to experience between 3 and 4 times the force of Earth's gravity. On Artemis 1, pressure buildup inside the char layer of the heat shield resulted in the char losses we saw. NASA established a Tiger team whose job was to investigate the cause of the problem and then make recommendations on how to fly the Artemis 2 mission safely and successfully. And so for Artemis 2, we are going to fly a profile that ensures the spacecraft will not see that same type of pressure profile. And so the char losses seen on Artemis 2 will not be like the ones that we saw on Artemis 1.
Rick Henfling indicated that the orientation of the spacecraft and the shortening of the distance of transit to the splashdown zone from the point of entry interface when we reach the top of the Earth's atmosphere, which will be coming up at 6:53 and 30 seconds p.m. Central Time, should do the trick in minimizing the deleterious forces against that heat shield that were noticed on the Artemis 1 mission.
We think we see a beautiful sunrise over the west coast of Australia.
Commander Reed, as Integrity is passing over the southwest coast of Australia now at an altitude of some 7,600 nautical miles. That will begin the southwest and northeasterly transit across the Pacific Ocean. Let's talk a little bit more about some of the highlights and some of the numbers associated with the points of interest here. We are 27 and a half minutes away from crew module, service module separation. That will be followed about 3.5 minutes later by the raise burn that we've discussed, a 19-second burn of Integrity's thrusters to fine-tune its angle of attack as it enters the Earth's atmosphere. Entry interface is scheduled 47 and a half minutes from now. That's the point at which we will reach the top of the Earth's atmosphere. Traveling about 34,882 feet per second at an altitude of 400,000 feet. Just 24 seconds after entry interface, we will begin a blackout period of 6 minutes in duration at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time. Now, right about 10 seconds after the blackout period begins, we are expected to reach peak speed, which would be 24,661 miles an hour. That'll be about 103 miles an hour short of the velocity record set by the Apollo 10 astronauts, Tom Stafford, Gene Cernan, and John Young, when they returned from the moon on the Apollo 10 mission in 1969. That blackout period is expected to last 6 minutes in duration. At 6:54 and 52 seconds p.m. Central Time, we'll reach our peak heating period of about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees while we're in a communications blackout from Integrity and its astronauts. That blackout should end at 6:59 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time, at which point we expect to regain communications with the crew. Capcom Jackie Mahaffey here in the flight control room will be talking to the crew, calling them, and we'll await a response from the crew as they come out of that blackout period. And at that point, their altitude will be just 157,000 feet above the Earth, traveling at 13,000 feet per second with a range to splashdown of just 147 nautical miles. From that point on, the next key series of events will be the deployment of a series of parachutes that we discussed before. First, the forward bay cover chute deploy that will pull the forward bay cover away from the top of Integrity, followed by drogue chute deploy, and then the main chute deploy that's expected at 7:04 and 44 seconds p.m. Central Time. That will begin the gentle descent of Integrity towards its splashdown at just a velocity of just 19 miles an hour. And that will begin the recovery operations that you just heard Megan Cruz discuss with her folks on the USS John Murtha. All of Integrity's systems in great shape. The crew is suited up. Leak checks complete as we stand by for the next major milestone, which will be the crew module service module separation just 24 and a half minutes from now.
No pushing each other, okay?
Her, I push her. Her push me.
Oh.
There's not, you don't push her.
All of the activities from the start of entry interface to the point of splashdown will be quite rapid fire. Just 13 and a half minutes from the point at which we begin descent into the Earth's atmosphere till splashdown. And just to show you, as Rick Shearing, the flight surgeon, alluded to in his interview with Megan Cruz, all of this happens to decelerate the vehicle from traveling around Mach 33 to just 19 miles an hour at splashdown. All of that happening in just 13 and a half minutes. But the vehicle and the parachutes are all designed to support all of that, so we'll be standing by to report all that to you in sequential fashion as these milestones are ticked off and as we hear from the crew during its entry back into the Earth's atmosphere, and ultimately when they emerge from the blackout period, and at that point we'll be just minutes away from splashdown. So with all of those preparations ongoing, we can return here briefly for another report from the USS John P. Murtha and Megan Cruz. Megan? And we'll regain that communication with the USS John P. Murtha just momentarily. In the meantime, everything is on track aboard Integrity, the flight control team here in Houston, led by Entry Flight Director Rick Henfling. The voice you will hear talking to the crew is that of Jackie Mahaffey. She will be reporting everything to the crew and receiving their reports as they enter the Earth's atmosphere for their 13-and-a-half-minute plunge back into the atmosphere for splashdown off the coast of San Diego. Now we have the ship back with us and Megan Cruz aboard the USS John P. Murtha. Megan?
Love it, balloon, right? Hey, Rob, yeah, the excitement is really building here on the ship. I'm watching right now one of the weather balloons. We launched it up from the ship.
A little urban on my side, focus. Passport stamp, in on my soul. Rocket on the launch pad, dreadlocks dangling. Pretty figure Roman road. Saturn ring look like a halo. Your light in every glow. From Kingston Sun to the Red Dust Canyon, every star a breakthrough, you know. Rasta on a starship, cruising through creation. One love highway, worldwide vibration. From the Milky Way, straight to Zion Station, traveling the universe in our meditation. Rasta on a starship, chanting through the dark. Every little planet take a piece of the spark. Cosmic roots rhythm in every heart. Traveling the universe in our meditation. Touchdown soft on a blue-green moon. Market full of alien fruit. Share up the mango, pass round the wisdom. Each one true. Nebula smoke, curl round me crown. Colors in a ancient tongue. Hear them say, bless me, answer, respect. Different vibes, same song. Rasta on a starship, cruising through creation. One love highway, whole wide vibration. From the Milky Way, straight to Zion Station, traveling the universe in our meditation. Oh,
ship over the past year, been constantly trained and working for this moment right here. Building up the hype, but to get to this point today, to be able to trust all the training we've done. We worked, working with NASA, the Air Force, the medical team, dive team. You want to talk about high-performance organizations coming together. We are seeing that here on board the USS John P. Murphy, and I can't be more proud of the work everyone's doing.
Yeah, you had some great words this morning saying just that, again, that it's really nice to see everybody working together and so excited. I mean, you just became the commanding officer of this ship back in February. How does it personally feel for you to be a part of this historic moment today?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, I'd say any opportunity to command any warship in the United States Navy is a tremendous honor, is a pinnacle of any naval officer's career. That being said, as my change of command was approaching, and I realized that Artemis was going to be in the window here, to say that I'm humbled and honored to be here is an understatement. What really just excites me is the opportunity to see this crew, who has been training so hard over the past year plus, come together. It is what inspires me. Listening to NASA and the ownership and pride they take. They make my crew better. I think we're making NASA better together. That synergy is something that I'm happy to see and hopefully take forward with me in my career.
Yeah, it's all about partnerships. We couldn't do it without you, and we couldn't have gotten to the moon without our international partners as well. So thank you so much, Captain. It was really great to have you here today.
Thanks, Megan.
Awesome. All right, Rob, back to you.
Thank you, Megan. Back here in Mission Control in Houston. We just had a quick view of the crew. We'll get that view back, and there they are again. Here in Mission Control, the entry team of flight controllers led by Rick Henfling and Jackie Mahaffey serving as the spacecraft communicator. We have just handed over communications links from the Deep Space Network that we communicated with the crew through from the time of the translunar injection burn back on April 2nd. We've just handed back to the tracking and data relay satellite system as we prepare for the crew module service module separation that will take place just 17 minutes from now. With the Earth looming in front of Integrity as it barrels back for a splashdown of the Pacific just 50 minutes from now, we're just 5,700 nautical miles from splashdown. Just one other quick note about the comparison from the Artemis 1 entry profile to the Artemis 2 entry profile, and how that is serving as an extra layer of protection for Integrity's heat shield. The Artemis 1 entry had an entry range of some 3,178 nautical miles, a very long down tonight. It also had that skip entry profile that we discussed earlier, dipping into the Earth's atmosphere, then back out, then back in. It was about 20 minutes of exposure.
Integrity, Houston, comm check on Tidris.
Jackie, we have it loud and clear on Tidris.
We have you the same.
And there's one of the weather balloons being deployed from the USS John P. Murphy. So the Artemis 1 entry had the vehicle.
The update on GPS, we haven't seen it track in yet.
Reed, we are watching. We are starting to get into the window where they may start acquiring, so should be within the next 10 minutes.
Okay, sounds good. We're holding at step 17, getting ready for CMRCS hot fire.
And that exchange indicating that we are expecting to acquire data from the GPS system on board. That'll be a navigational tool that will basically tell Integrity's computers that they're on track down the center line of the corridor for the entry interface that will lead them to their splashdown point. Once again, the Artemis 1 entry exposed the heat shield for about 20 minutes of peak heating. For Artemis 2, we're going to reach a downtrack distance of 1,701 nautical miles from the point of entry interface with just 14 minutes of duration. And it's basically a different angle of attack, a little bit steeper angle of attack that will protect the heat shield from excessive heat loads. So that is the difference between Artemis 1 and Artemis 2, all designed into this mission to gather data, to protect the heat shield, since the Artemis 3 mission and beyond will have a different design. They were showing the inside view of the cockpit there, and you can see the Earth type of profile out of the corner of the window. For all of the but they're supposed to be moving at 15,000 kilometers right now. Initiate lunar landings. And it was just weird the way the picture of the Earth was. So clouds were shifting. The picture was cutting out on it, as if they were trying to calibrate the CGI. Just to give you some time hacks here, we're 13.5 minutes away from crew module, service module separation, and just 17 minutes away from the raise burn, that 19-second firing of the thrusters that will basically be the final fine-tuning of the angle of attack for integrity as it enters the Earth's atmosphere. I did the worst possible thing I could do today at work. I was using my paint sprayer without a mask, and I was using this paint that's meant to cover up odors and stains. I'm having so much trouble breathing right now. My lungs are burning. And once again, a dueling box view of some of the assets that are involved in recovery operations today. The integrity, cabin configured, all crew seated and seated.
Houston, copy.
That confirmation from Reed Wiseman aboard Integrity, as you see the assets being deployed to the splashdown zone. At the time of splashdown, we expect the John P. Murtha to be about 5 miles away from Integrity, keeping a safe distance until we are sure that the vehicle is in the water and upright, and that it is in a good configuration system-wide for the recovery teams to begin to approach the vehicle to erect that inflatable raft.
2 minutes to CM RCS warm-up hot fire.
We're ready.
I should have went to another paint shop. That was my issue this morning. The one I usually go to indicating that we're 2 minutes away from a didn't have any filters for my mask. Reaction control system. And the next Home Depot was like that will be a hot fire test complete other side of where I would have to be the separation of the crew module from the service module. I was like, screw it. But the European service module has performed flawlessly throughout this flight. It was so strong smelling, I threw up like 3 times because it was so bad. All the burns that had been prescribed for that service module have been executed. They left from Africa, and the first picture they took in space was Africa, and now they're coming back, and it's the same picture. European flight control room that has overseen the manufacturing, the design of the European service module. They deserve quite a bit of credit on this mission for not only propelling the Integrity and its astronauts toward the moon, but also conducting the fine-tuning of its trajectory to bring it to this point where we are dead spot on down the middle of the corridor trajectory-wise to bring Integrity down for its splashdown in the Pacific just 44 minutes from now. Man, she's boogieing.
A little herb in a me side pouch. Passport stamp in a me sword. Rocket on the launch pad, dreadlocks dangling. Ready for go Roman road. Saturn ring look like a halo. Your light in a every glow. From Kingston sun to the Red Dust Canyon, every star a breakthrough, you know. Rasta on a starship, cruising to creation. One love highway, worldwide vibration. From the Milky Way, straight to Zion Station. Traveling the universe in a meditation. Rasta on a starship, chanting through the dark. Every little planet get a piece of the spark. Cosmic roots rhythm in every heart. Traveling the universe in our meditation. Touchdown soft on a blue-green moon. Market full of alien food. Share up the mango, pass round the wisdom. Each one true. Nebula smoke, curl round the crown. Colors in a ancient tongue. Hear them say, bless me, answer, respect, different vibes. Same song, Rasta on a starship, cruising through creation. One love highway, worldwide vibration. From the Milky Way, straight to Zion Station. Traveling the universe in our meditation. Oh, Rasta on a starship, chanting through the dark. packed our bags for vacuum. Inside the hatch, your name carved on the metal, so the stars would know our past. Coffee drifting from the thermos, little spheres of home afloat. You laugh, try catching everyone like fragile, tiny worlds of hope. We're leaving gravity, but not each other. Rising from a blue and breathing sphere, every mile feels like forever. Orbiting our little fears, if the sky bars are behind us and the dark is all we see, I trace new maps along your fingers. You're the universe.
Hey, Mama D. How you doing? There we go. Of course, a visualization. Oh, no worries. Wow, that really looks weird. And it's going upwards. That just looks like something's underwater. Or under something.
Coming up on the 2-minute mark until the rays burn. Again, this is the final tweaking of the orientation of integrity to put it in the right angle, if you will, the angle of attack that it will fly in during its entrance into the Earth's atmosphere. Entry interface now just 18 minutes, 25 seconds away. This is a visualization, but driven by real-time telemetry. This is the maneuvering of integrity to the rays burn orientation. Just 2,800 miles from Earth.
Houston, we got a great view of the European service module out the window with the sun hitting the side and the solar rays and the NASA worm right there. It's a beautiful looking machine.
Roger.
And we have completed the maneuver to the rays burn orientation. 1 minute away from the rays burn.
I'm guessing that's all the live feed we're going to see from the outside of the ship now, since it's separated. Is that a live view right there in the corner?
Integrity, good. CM rays burn. Your flight path angle is within limits.
Integrity copies. Looks good on board, Jackie.
So the final maneuver is now complete. Our trajectory for a splashdown in the Pacific 29 minutes from now is set and will not be amended any further. And we have the right angle of attack to mitigate any excessive heat loads on the vehicle during entry interface.
A heads up about comm coverage. When you perform the 180 roll, for the first minute or so in that attitude, we expect about a minute or less.
We copy.
Yeah, I'd be on the edge of my seat.
So for those who are watching the series of events coming up, we will enter the first traces of Earth's atmosphere 14 minutes, 45 seconds from now. 6:53 and 30 seconds is what is pegged for entry interface at an altitude of 400,000 feet. traveling at approximately 34,800 feet
Give me
per
1
second.
second.
Due to the buildup of plasma around the vehicle, that's an ionization effect due to the collision, if you will, of the velocity of the spacecraft with the friction of the Earth's atmosphere. That 6-minute blackout is expected to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time. During that period of time, we will reach our peak speed of 24,661 miles per hour. That comes just short, based on unofficial data from the flight dynamics officer right now, just short of the velocity record set by Apollo 10 of 24,791 miles per hour in 1969. We expect peak heating on the vehicle at 6:54 and 52 seconds p.m. Central Time, a minute and 22 seconds into entry interface. At that point, we will be just 204,000 feet above the Earth, traveling at 33,000 feet per second. The blackout period is expected to last 6 minutes. We expect that blackout period to end at 6:59 and 55 seconds p.m. Central Time. From the end of the blackout period until splashdown, it is just 7 minutes, at which point we'll start deploying the series of parachutes to slow integrity down to an ultimate splashdown velocity of just 19 miles an hour.
We see the same, waiting for the 180 rolls.
The parachute deployment sequence, once again, will come in several segments, but in rapid-fire succession.
And we have a great view of the moon out window 2. Looks a little smaller than yesterday.
You guys will have to go back?
Reed Wiseman and Jackie Mahaffey exchanging discussion on a view of the moon that Integrity's astronauts are seeing in the final minutes of this mission that will be completed with splashdown just 25 minutes from now. 3 forward bay cover parachutes will be used to pull the forward bay cover off the top of the vehicle. Then 2 drogue parachutes will be deployed to slow and stabilize the crew module during its descent, followed by 3 pilot parachutes that will lift and deploy the main parachutes from the forward bay. The final sequence will have 3 main parachutes deployed. These will be 116 feet in diameter, each main parachute approximately 265 feet long when reefed. The parachutes will ultimately slow Integrity down from its peak speed of almost 33 times the speed of sound to a gentle 19 miles an hour at splashdown. The vehicle is now currently in a roll to the proper attitude for entry interface. Our trajectory is right on according to flight dynamics.
It's going to be interesting to see when they actually splash down. If they show anything of them getting out, if the feed keeps cutting, you know what I mean? If we don't see like one live feed from the boat or whatever, them getting out, it's tough.
Integrity is on a trajectory from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean, descending at a rate of 15,000
Who's to say they're not on
feet
that
per
boat
second.
already in a makeshift module?
Range to touchdown 4,300 nautical miles, all the systems in excellent shape.
Is it supposed to be out their window? Yeah, I think so.
Integrity, Orion in the EI roll 180F, students.
Let's get on board, Jackie.
This view out of one of Integrity's windows. We had a call for 3 good barrows. Those are barometric pressure sensors that feed altitude and rate of descent information to Integrity's computers that will trigger the parachute deployment sequence. We are less than 9 minutes away from entry interface, 22 minutes from splashdown.
Was that just a hand?
You can see the reflection of one of the crew members in the window. Out in the Pacific, the weather conditions remain go. Just a few clouds, some scattered clouds. Winds at 10 knots.
Yeah, look
Wave
at that.
heights
What's that floating
just
there?
about 4 feet.
Yeah, they're moving 10,000, 12,000 kilometers an hour, but look how slow whatever that is moving. Hey. Is that on their window?
Integrity, back in EI attitude.
You see it? This little... whatever that is.
We see the same on board, Jackie.
Oh, is that supposed to be the moon?
Descent purge is complete. Crew and vehicle are configured for entry.
Houston copies.
And we're in step 37, transferring nav state to BFS. And Houston, in instruction 509, we are not below 0.2.
Integrity, no action required.
Integrity.
Now 6 minutes away from entry interface. We will hit the first traces of Earth's atmosphere at an altitude of 400,000 feet, traveling about 34,882 feet per second. Ranged splashdown at that point will be 1,701 nautical miles. Once again, just a reminder, some 24 seconds after entry interface, we do expect to lose communications with the vehicle and the crew during a 6-minute blackout period when a plasma shield will build up around the spacecraft due to the ionization, due to heating effects. And Flight Dynamics has just confirmed we will have a blackout period of exactly 6 minutes in duration. And once again, that's due to the fact
They're moving what, 15,000 kilometers an hour, you just said? They're just moving inside as if they don't feel anything. That doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Will we receive data here in the flight control room?
Everything is looking good on board. Just confirm no pre-EI downloads.
And you're telling me like there's no G-force
Houston,
at that speed?
That
Yes,
blackout
please.
period to begin at 6:53 and 54 seconds p.m. Central Time, and again will last about 6 minutes in duration. We're 4 minutes away from entry interface.
Four names on a group chat. Now one stays quiet. All night. We still type. You won't believe this. Then remember, hit delete. Close our eyes. We got room for four in this little broken circle.
This view from Integrity as it crosses from southwest to northeast across the Pacific Ocean, 3 minutes from entry interface. 16.5 minutes till splashdown. The USS John P. Murtha and the recovery team is on station and in position, as are the airborne imagery assets that we hope to receive imagery from as Artemis enters the Earth's atmosphere and through parachute deployment. All of Integrity's systems are in great shape. The crew is ready to complete its mission just 15.5 minutes from now. All of the activities today have gone off in perfect fashion. No issues with the vehicle, no issues with the crew. And the weather at the splashdown site is go.
Some days it hits like a wave. Some days it's quiet and strange. But every small, dumb, perfect thing we did keeps saying your name, your name, your name, your name. We got room for four in this little broken circle. One chair.
Coming up on 1 minute until entry interface.
We miss you like crazy, brother. It's carved in every day we face. We keep laughing like you're coming. Swear we just heard your replay. Three of us here, one gone, but this table always got room for four.
Mark 1 minute until entry interface.
Got room for four.
1 minute, 20 seconds until the expected start of our 6-minute blackout.
Integrity, 1 minute to a 6-minute blackout.
Kind of looks weird, the little, like a wave. Hey,
Seconds
brother.
till
How
entry
you doing?
interface. And we have crossed the threshold, now entering the Earth's atmosphere. We're at 400,000 feet, traveling 34,000.
How's it going with the new guitar?
Time to
Here we go.
splashdown, 13 minutes, 10 seconds.
Okay, so at least there's like 6 minutes blackout, he said. And then we'll be able to see 6 minutes, I'm guessing, of them coming down. There's the blackout.
And as predicted, we've entered our communications blackout. This will be a 6-minute blackout period. No voice, no data from the crew. We're 30 seconds away from the anticipated point of peak heating on the vehicle, where temperatures will rise to about 4,000 to 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the true test of our trajectory. And from the G5 aircraft in the vicinity of the splashdown zone, this view of integrity. So that pinpoint of light shows the vehicle
Jesus.
as it
This
enters
camera
the
guy
period
sucks.
of peak heating in the Earth's atmosphere. The first tug of gravity being felt by Integrity's astronauts since their launch back on April 1st.
Good Lord, Athena. You breathing for the whole world?
Four and a half minutes until the end of the blackout period. Time to splash down, 11 minutes, 33 seconds.
You need like one of those big old school fly fishing rod cases, the big rectangular ones there. And get yourself a piece of foam, put your guitar on it, trace it with a black marker, cut her out.
The landing and support officer reports that the P3 has acquisition on Integrity.
Well, you can do it two ways. You can either cut it out, but that'll leave like a, it'll be sitting inside, you know what I mean? If you take a lighter or take a little torch and then burn on the inside of the black lines, indent it, it'll sit inside the styrofoam.
Around the spacecraft and the repelling of that heat on Integrity's
yeah.
heat shield.
There you go. Yes, Munchkin. What do you want? Yeah, but you don't. Look at that. We don't do rainbow on the skin. We do rainbow on paper. Is that rainbow time this morning? I think I added a.
Flight Dynamics
What's that?
reports that airborne assets in the vicinity of the splashdown zone do have a visual on Integrity. Still 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in our blackout period. Time to splashdown, 9 minutes, 35 seconds.
This is supposed to be a visualization, it says. But in my opinion, yeah. This whole thing, yeah. Well, look, this is what I was telling Alex, is my two theories, right? So like Kai was saying the other day,
part of the recovery team all have
that
visuals on
in
Integrity.
the first missions, we didn't get permission to go back, right? So could this have been, yes, they did launch something into space, but they used it as a drone. With the technology they have today, with the drones they have today, easy to make a spaceship, you know what I mean? So
Flying in the splashdown zone also has a visual.
yeah. So like, did they send something that was unmanned, just in case whatever was there that told them not to come back was still there, and maybe could have attacked them, and they didn't want to risk 4 lives. And it's making sense now, since they're saying that they saw lights on the other side. What if the ship saw lights on the other side? They're saying it's impact flashes, but what if it wasn't? What if they were seeing lights from whatever's there? Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of my theories. Yeah, exactly.
We're standing by for communications from the crew. We should be out of the blackout period less than a minute from now.
Mama D, with the telescopes they have, okay, with the Hubble telescope being out there, they're telling us they can never get a picture of the back of the moon with the Hubble. It's impossible. They needed to send something up there. Come on. They're taking pictures of galaxies millions and billions of miles away. But then they're telling us that they can't take a picture of the backside of the moon.
We are now processing data from Integrity.
I think they might have sent something up there, unmanned, full of cameras to take pictures and stuff. These people were in a studio somewhere, in another capsule, like they usually do, underwater or whatever, however they do it.
Landing and support officer reports the small.
Because right now, them coming in right now, for me, it doesn't make sense that the heat shield was never fixed. They just put it back, the same heat shield. You know what I mean? They didn't fix the technology. They didn't make it any better. The chips that came off of it, they said 111 chunks came off of it. The Orion, the last time they did a mission. So now they're gonna try and slow down the trajectory, so that they have less heat. I don't know.
Passing through 150,000 feet, our trajectory is perfect. We're getting intermittent views.
Remember when they supposedly detached from the rocket, the secondary booster? All you saw was bubbles in the water.
Integrity, Houston.
It's always
check
bubbles.
post-blackout.
It's always a giveaway.
Houston, Integrity, we have you loud and clear.
Just like the other day.
Your trajectory is nominal, and your recovery team
This is the only time, and we have to go back and look through, I don't know how many hours of footage now, but there was only one time where the female astronaut grabbed the camera and put it towards the window, and all you saw was like bubbles coming past the window. In NASA's comments, people were like, hey, what is that? A few minutes went by until they started giving an explanation. Then they said, oh, she just ejected wastewater. Okay? That was their thing. She ejected wastewater. But then, during that night, during the press conference, the girl said that she had 6 bags of urine that she needed to eject. So the girl told, the person back at NASA told her to do it only 2 days before you guys had to come back. So the bags were still full. So what did she eject? What wastewater? There wasn't anything ejected if she still had 6 bags at night. You know what I mean? So it's like they can't even keep the script aligned. And this, what is this supposed to be?
Integrity, impact to the camera controller fail is no cab one views of the chute.
Integrity.
We're processing good data through the GPS system. A good view of Integrity. Time to splash down 4.5 minutes. And a view of Integrity from the WB-57. We're at 50,000 feet.
Oh, great. Yeah, I heard about that too, guy. Oh, there it is.
The pyros are on for forward bay cover jettison.
Just drink this all. Is that all you have left? Go get the other ones out. Go get the other ones, Bobby. Alina.
And there go the first series of parachutes. And we're on drogues.
And Houston, we're visual 2 drogues out the window.
2 good drogue chutes. Next up,
We copy, we see them.
the deployment of pilot parachutes that will pull the main chutes out. Time to splash down 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Perfect descent rate according to flight dynamics.
Speed rate on 20.
We stay on board.
Passing through 10,000 feet, still on droves. Main chute deployed. We're at 5,000 feet. Search and recovery beacon has been activated on integrity. And we have 3 good main chutes. Good 3 main chutes, good reefing, good descent rate.
Right, since we see 3 good-looking parachutes.
And look at this grainy quality of the video too, eh? It looks old, eh, Kai? Look at that. Just looks like old footage.
Integrity. Cabin pressure indicates no need for hydrazine checks.
Man, that really does look like old footage. That is so weird. And this here.
This is a perfect descent for integrity. Its crew sounding.
Okay, it's not my screen. I thought my screen broke.
Time to splash down 1 minute 15 seconds.
Oh man, this just looks like some video from a documentary.
Integrity about to complete a journey spanning 694,481 miles from its launch from the Kennedy Space Center back on April 1st, and a trip around the moon. Passing through 1,000 feet.
What is that? Are they just releasing stuff? Man, this just looks like old footage. Oh.
Integrity, splashdown, sending post-landing command now.
Splashdown confirmed.
Copy splashdown, waiting on VLDR.
Splashdown confirmed at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time. From the pages of Jules Verne to a modern-day mission to the moon, a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete. Integrity's astronauts back on Earth. And the landing and support officer reports the vehicle is stable 1. We still will be deploying the crew module uprighting system to maintain that orientation. A perfect bullseye splashdown for Integrity and its 4 astronauts.
Yeah. Right there, this is a still that we should take a picture of, Kai, and go and see the Apollos and compare it, overlay it.
The unofficial splashdown time, 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m. Central Time. We'll get that refined for you. I'll put the mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 35 seconds. And we're configuring for a very low data rate. Once again, splashdown occurring in the Pacific, southwest of San Diego at 7:07 and 47 seconds p.m.
Integrity Houston, comm check on VLDR.
Oh man, you know what I mean? I'd be hugging everybody. I'd be high-fiving everybody. Bro, we did it, bro. Oh my God, can you believe we did it? Look at this. All calm as nothing happened. They all cool. They're back. They just splashed down. Cool.
We are stable 1, 4 green crew members.
Houston copies all.
Reed Wiseman reporting 4 green crew members. That is not their complexion. That is the fact that they're in great condition. That's what that means. So stable 1, upright. The crew module uprighting system is being deployed. The 5 airbags being inflated through helium to maintain the upright configuration for the vehicle. This was a textbook entry and a textbook touchdown for Integrity. Reed Wiseman, Victor Glover, Christina Koch, and Jeremy Hansen back on Earth after a journey around the moon.
Yeah, I crept in like a whisper, flipped like a switchblade. Nice guy, acts just a mess that I am made. Told her I was lost, but I found her instead. Now she's trapped in my storm.
Yeah, we're gonna see dolphins show up this time too, like the last one. Perfect image of 3 dolphins that were there. Yeah, this grainy footage that they have. The one camera they have, it's pointed on the ship. They don't have a camera that's pointed out towards this damn thing. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Point a camera out to the water. Show us where it is.
To maintain a stable 1 or upright configuration. There's a good view from the naval helicopters hovering overhead.
Yeah, that's a naval helicopter with a shitty camera like that.
Reporting 4 green crew members, meaning they're all in excellent shape.
Yeah, seriously.
Integrity Houston for Star Beacon and radio.
Star Beacon is in 406, and we're powering the radio now. Go ahead.
We see that beacon on. However, the recovery team is not seeing the signal. Our radio uses the same antenna, so you may run into trouble with the radio.
Is in great shape, and as the crew continues its post-splashdown timelined activities on board, Reed Wiseman once again reporting that all 4 crew members are in excellent shape. And we have 5 inflated airbags to maintain an upright configuration so that the recovery team can now begin a slow approach to the vehicle. Meanwhile, here in the flight control room, Entry Flight Director Rick Hentling is polling his team of flight controllers for the start of powering down the vehicle after a thorough systems check. We have no toxic gases to be concerned about, so the recovery personnel can approach the vehicle.
Oh yeah, it looks old.
But not until we have powered down the spacecraft. That's expected to take a few more minutes. start
You're gonna make it look.
It was, for all intents and purposes, a textbook mission.
On 28 per hour gain on this frequency.
Yeah, for that added effect. Seriously, what the heck?
Reed Wiseman indicating some trouble with the SARSAT phone on board. But that's not an issue. What is more important is that the vehicle is solid. No issues as we begin the power down of the vehicle to begin the recovery process.
Hey, brother, how you doing?
The propulsion officer here in Mission Control reports that we have saved the prop system on integrity.
Can you say again that was very weak and broken?
Integrity, Houston did not call.
Copy that, Houston. It might have been on the side radio. Stand by.
All of the milestones were executed in perfect fashion. Integrity entering the Earth's atmosphere right on time, reaching its peak speed shortly after a blackout period began. We emerged from the blackout period, but the recovery imagery airborne assets were able to pick up Integrity's descent almost immediately through entry interface, tracking the vehicle all the way down. And finally, you saw the sequence of chute deployments. First, the forward bay cover being pulled off the top of the vehicle by a series of 3 parachutes.
You see, Alex, that's gonna be the one experiment we're gonna do, brother.
Deployed, followed by the 3 main chutes.
Get that P1100.
The splashdown.
Zoom, 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 zoom. Keep going, you keep zooming, keep going. We're gonna see ships that have disappeared over the horizon. Why? You can guess why, my brother.
Integrity, Houston, with no joy on SAR and SAT phone, we'd like you to command an additional 15 minutes for a total of 30-minute power down delay.
And now they're back on Earth, and they have worse connection than they did when they were in space.
No joy on SAR radio or sat phone. And stand by, we have the master diver on SAR radio. Please hold comms. Hey Lily, excuse me, hey Jackie, we just got the master diver on SAR.
Good view of one of the fast boats.
Integrity, Houston.
One of the fast boats. Look, it
If
just
you're happy with your comm with master diver, you can go back to the 15-minute power
the
down.
fast boats.
Okay, stand by. Yeah, we'll confirm here in a second.
The crew on board Integrity coordinating with the flight
What the
control
fuck? Does
team.
it look like it just started there and it went there?
Mission control on the timing of the power down of the vehicle.
Is it just me or?
Precursor to the recovery teams approaching the spacecraft.
Why the hell does it look like this? Like it started right there and it just made like a little loop.
Bit of broken
Like a
capability
pre-planned.
of
What
establishing
the
a
fuck was that?
SARSAT or satellite phone.
Did you see what I just saw? Like it made like a U-turn, like something, like it just, like there was a
the
checker.
recovery team.
Yeah, look at that.
That will get sorted out here shortly. There's plenty of cooling on board Integrity, so there's no rush to begin the power down.
There's no waves coming from anywhere else, like no direction.
We're not getting an answer there either.
Concur.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looked like. Like it just spawned. Like what the heck? Yeah, CGI spawning, bro. They can't even get it right though. Oh, Alex, t'aurais dû voir le. You should have seen the video that they were showing us of this thing in the parachutes, bro. It looked like old 80s footage, like 70s footage, like Apollo mission footage. Insane. It just looked old.
Houston copies, and Reed, just to confirm, you are pushing the PTT on the radio.
So as we continue to sort out the communications between Integrity and the recovery teams, we are standing by for the initiation of the power down procedures that, as you see, the recovery teams are moving towards the side of the capsule. The next major event will be the erection of that large inflatable raft called the front porch. That will be the port of call for the crew as they're being extracted one by one from the vehicle.
I remember now, these guys were in deep space. Well, not deep space, but they were in farther than people in the ISS and shit like that. So their bodies
Integrity, Houston,
are going to be tired as shit. They should have to pull them out of there. You know what I mean? Like pick them up and like hold them and put them in the ship. These people won't be able to walk. Watch them come out and put their hands up on the thing and grab out and wave. Watch.
And Jackie, yes, we are pushing the push to talk, the two buttons on the left side of the radio below the up-down arrows. We are utilizing them. I'm rebooting the radio to see if we get good
Shit,
sounds.
even that guy, look at that modern boat. Just looks like an inflatable old boat, bro.
Okay, we copy all, and just to confirm, you are seeing that you are touchdown plus 3030 for power, correct?
Crazy, you know what I think? I think they're not going to show them getting out. They're going to cut the feed. And then we're going to see all of a sudden feed of them. They're going to come out in the boat. Moi, je pense qu'ils sont sur le bateau dans un autre type d'affaire, un autre module. Sur le bateau, puis ils filment là-dedans. Là.
We are trying a backdoor approach to have mission control here call the crew on their satellite phone. This is all part of the coordination for the power down of the vehicle that will initiate the actual recovery operation. The first boats with the Navy divers on board are standing by, waiting to close in on Integrity to begin the process of erecting the large inflatable raft.
Well, because like I was telling Kai before, si on pense aux différentes théories qu'il peut avoir, comme qu'il disait lui, dans les 70, whatever qui était là, ils nous ont pas donné permission de retourner. Fait que là, la NASA a décidé d'envoyer quelque chose, mais il y avait personne dedans, c'était comme un drone. Puis ils ont fait le flyby juste au cas qu'il y avait quelque chose qui allait leur attaquer. Ils n'ont pas mis des personnes dedans pour les tuer, right? That's one theory. Other theory is they completely didn't go. Puis c'était tout du bullshit, tout le footage qu'on a vu c'était du bullshit. Seriously, why aren't they going yet? What are they waiting for? Is somebody needs to take a shit or what?
And Houston, please reply. NRD, very weak. Unreadable, master diver. We can hear, but they cannot hear us.
Oh, the master diver has to go get them. The diver has to go get them. Let's wait on the master diver. Why? Are they swimming? You know? the military doesn't have drones on those ships? You're talking about a U.S. carrier here. And look at this footage. This is worse than what they were showing us inside this whole time. Wow, man.
And Houston on OE1, is there any chance for the pass into Antarctica?
Not today.
Checking.
What's going on there? Did a storm roll in or what?
This is Mission Control, Houston. While we stand by for the establishment of communications between Integrity and the recovery team that is basically standing by very close to the spacecraft, we're going to go to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha, where Megan Cruz is standing by with Administrator Jared Isaacman.
I keep the wreckage. I keep it alive.
Hey, Rob, yeah, just such an honor to be able to be here on the ship, to be able to share and experience this moment with everyone together. And of course, as you just said, yes, here with NASA Administrator Jared Isaacman. Administrator, how did you feel getting to witness this and seeing NASA at its best?
I mean, I'm honestly, I'm still at a loss for words. I mean, you know, like the childhood Jared right now can't believe what I just saw. I mean, almost been waiting my whole lifetime to see this, and then as NASA Administrator, I just couldn't be more proud of the entire workforce. The years, the effort, the late nights, all the hard work from across the country that contributed to this incredible moment right now. And yeah, incredibly grateful too for our teams here on the John P. Murtha right now.
Yeah, look at the vibes
And
here.
got everybody. What do you guys think? We just brought some astronauts back from the moon, huh? Unbelievable. Thank you. Yeah, so grateful to the Navy, the sailors that are here, the NASA teams. I mean, this is a joint effort that's on their way right now. These recovery forces are getting out to our Orion spacecraft, to Integrity, to get our astronauts back on the ship safely.
Yeah, and this is not just an accomplishment for NASA. This is an accomplishment for humanity. Again, a historic mission to the moon and back. How does this make you feel, and what do you hope people take away from this?
Well, I'll tell you, you know, I think about the crew members that we've all had an opportunity to observe over the last 10 days, right? I mean, they're absolutely professional astronauts. I mean, wonderful communicators, almost poets. But then I think these were the ambassadors from humanity to the stars that we sent out there right now. And I can't imagine a better crew than the Artemis II crew that just completed a perfect mission right now. So, yes, it's a huge moment for everybody, right? I mean, we are back in the business of sending astronauts to the moon, bringing them back safely, and set up for a series more. I mean, this is not a once-in-a-lifetime, which you hear sometimes around here. It's like, this was a once-in-a-lifetime. No, it's not. This is just the beginning. We are going to get back into doing this with frequency, sending missions to the moon until we land on it in 2028 and start building our base.
Yeah, are we going to build on the momentum for Artemis 3? I mean, it's just around the corner.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's, you know, part of me, too. Like, I can't wait to get the crew off of Integrity right now, but also getting Integrity back on this ship so we can start taking a look at it, because all that data is so precious to us right now. I mean, we are going to definitely want to take a good look at the thermal protection system. We're going to want to download all the data they couldn't transmit back to us and use that to inform Artemis 3. But we're already making progress, right? You had SRB segments already showing up at KSC. Core stage for Artemis 3 is rolling out on April 20th. We're getting Mobile Launcher 1 back in the vehicle assembly building. So yes, there is a lot to celebrate right now on a mission well accomplished for Artemis 2, and at the same time, we got to start getting ready for 3.
Amazing. And last question, you know, for people who joined us for all 10 days to see what we can accomplish together with our international partners, what do you think about the fact that we're going to keep doing this more and more and more?
It's incredibly exciting. I mean, yes, it's the contributions, like the best and brightest across the NASA workforce and across the country, our industry partners, our international partners. We had a Canadian Space Agency astronaut on board in Jeremy. We had the European Service Module. And you think, in the days leading up to this launch, I mean, 48 hours prior to launching Artemis 2, I was meeting with the Italian Space Agency. We signed a memorandum of understanding to build a habitation module on the moon. I mean, you have countries, all of our allies and partners coming together saying, we are committed to this effort. We are returning to the moon. We're doing it to stay. We are building that enduring presence. We are going to master the skills on the surface of the moon so someday we can undertake missions to Mars. It's just an exciting,
They claim that they had
and we're not going at it alone. We're
the impact flashes, right?
Absolutely. And speaking
But they
of
saw a
everything,
whole
one more
bunch
time, we're gonna ask
on the
the crew
backside.
here. You guys ready to land on the
That
moon?
means that thing is getting hit a lot more frequently than they think. And they want to build a permanent moon base on there?
Okay, well, thank
Yeah.
you so much, Administrator. Appreciate
Okay.
you being here. We're, of course, gonna stay
When they
on
claim that
watch for the
micrometeors
crew
can
to
pierce
extract
holes
the
into
line.
to the
Stay
strongest
tuned,
metal,
and we'll see
yeah,
you back here
good
shortly.
luck. The moon base clearly has to be underground, right? What permanent structures are they going to build on top? We already know it's not on top.
We are in the process of working to establish that communications link and to establish the procedures that will lead to the power down
on the back.
of the spacecraft, which is gently bobbing in the Pacific following a bullseye touchdown that occurred at 7:07 p.m. Central Time, 5:07 p.m. Pacific Time.
Mama
2.5
D, it's
hours
funny,
before sunset in the Pacific.
It's funny you said that before because somebody mentioned in another live about Bruce's work, and then everybody in the chat was like, "Yeah, how come his pictures are much better than what NASA's giving us now?" And then somebody did not with his picture, but with one of theirs that they took with the telescope, and they showed the typhus crater. The picture that NASA just took of it doesn't match what we take with a telescope. It looks so different.
Handed over mission authority to the Exploration Ground Systems team out of the Pacific. Now, we will physically not get off console with this team until the crew has been extracted into the front porch, that inflatable raft that will be erected along the side hatch of Integrity. So we're standing by for that in the next step in the recovery procedures. But everything is in great shape. We have 4 healthy crew members on board the vehicle.
And that too, they had mentioned something about tube structures that they were seeing when they were flying by. And right away I was thinking to the tubes that Bruce used to show us. And they tried to play it off and they said, "Oh no, it's lava tubes."
With one final raise burn to improve the angle of attack for the vehicle as it entered the Earth's atmosphere. All of that flight dynamics computation worked like a charm.
Yeah.
So we are standing by for the recovery team to approach Integrity and begin the process of erecting that inflatable raft called the front porch, which will see the crew members be extracted from the hatch of Orion into that inflatable raft before they're hoisted aboard 2 Navy helicopters in a variety of different configurations. Each crew member will be hoisted in sequential fashion, in alternating fashion, 2 crew members for each helicopter before they turn around to head back to the John P. Murtha. Once on the deck of the ship, they'll be brought into medical bay for comprehensive medical exams. But Reed Wiseman has reported several times that the crew is in excellent shape.
Yeah, exactly.
So just to recap, it has been some 26 and a half minutes since the splashdown of integrity in the Pacific. The vehicle is...
No, but I guarantee you those lights that they claim, or whatever claim to see lights,
through the Earth's atmosphere. All of the vehicle functions
they were seeing
were checked off in excellent.
what Bruce was seeing. Guarantee they were seeing some sort of structures with light on it,
all deployed as planned.
or something that was just giving them a message like, "Hello, we're here. Turn the light on." You know what I mean? Like
7 p.m. Pacific time. And after a bit of a tussle to try to establish a communications link with the recovery team, we were finally able to run through the procedures for the powering down of the vehicle. We've handed over mission authority to the Exploration Ground Systems folks out in the Pacific, and the recovery team will be approaching the vehicle shortly to erect the inflatable raft called the front porch, before opening the hatch to integrity to bring the crew members onto that raft before they're hoisted onto 2 Navy helicopters, 2 crew members for each helicopter, before they're flown back to the deck of the USS John P. Murtha.
yeah. Are those, is that all holes in the side of that thing? In the front or at the bottom? Yep. I'm trying to pay attention to the boats and the planes and the frequency of when they go by to see if it is. Because I don't know if you got here when we first saw the boat before, but it looked like it just dropped out of nowhere and made a U-turn, and you just saw waves. And the wave didn't look like it came out of frame. It looked like it was within the frame.
Splashdown time for you. Their computation shows a splashdown time of...
You see the bottom picture isn't live with this picture is not live with this one because the chopper went by and it just went by now.
Central time.
So
that would equate to a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds. Once again, from Flight flight dynamics. A splashdown time of 7:07 and 27 seconds p.m. Central Time. That would equate to a mission elapsed time of 9 days, 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 15 seconds.
The world took its share, left shadows behind.
Reports from the Pacific indicate that the recovery team in communications with the crew aboard Integrity, that the crew remains in excellent shape as they await the approach of the team for a final hazard gas evaluation before they move to the side of the vehicle to erect the inflatable life raft called the front porch.
Look in the mirror, let it be. Whisper the truth that sets you free.
Again, no issues with Integrity. The vehicle is powered down. All of its systems are now safed. We have handed over mission authority to the Exploration Ground Systems folks in the Pacific, but we will not stand down and have the entry flight control team depart its positions until that inflatable raft, the front porch, is erected, the hatch open, and the crew having exited the vehicle. So that's the next step in the recovery process that will lead to
this is the dark footage that we get.
for 2 crew members for each helicopter.
I figure somebody on the carrier would have a better camera. Or...
to a pair of Navy helicopters that will then fly a short distance back to the USS John P. Murtha. What you're looking at is one of the fast boats circling the vehicle to make a hazard assessment.
Okay guys, I gotta cut it off. I have to put my kids to bed. This is being too much. Thank you for coming. We'll go over it on the weekend. I'll do another live. And we'll see what's going on. Alright guys, I'll catch y'all later.
This is Mission Control Houston. Once again,
Much
you're
love.
watching
Have a good one.
the initiation of the recovery
Creek Observer
of the Artemis crew aboard Integrity. All of the